Welcome to Shomach Shava on the Daf Shir sponsored Nishmas Amiyak Sholem Leabas Yitzchok. We're holding Metzia Daf Samech Zayin. The Gemara in Amud Beis discusses what's called Mashkanto Benachioso, taking collateral of a land and then reducing the amount of the loan in a fixed amount on a yearly basis. And the Gemara says that a Tzurah Midarabanon should not do this. It does look a little bit like Ribbis, and therefore a Tzurah Midarabanon, a Talmid Chochom, should not go and do such a thing. And in the end of the Talmud, the Gemara brings that the Ravina did do such a thing. So says Taisis, but Ravina, isn't Ravina a Talmid Chochom? Ravina was one of the Amoraim. Isn't he a Tzurah Midarabanan? So why is he taking Mashkanta Benachioso? So says Taisis over here, the last Taisis in the Talmud, Taisis says that Ravina did not want to act as a Tzurah Midarabanan. He didn't want to make himself a Tzurah D'Rabbanan, and therefore he acted like a regular person. This Taisis is one of the big rayas, one of the big proofs regarding something which is discussed in halacha in length. Is today, do we really have big Talmid Chachamim that have the halachas of Talmid Chacham that we have throughout Shas? And Shuvas Mahari Vail, one of the Rishonim, and also quoted in the Chuvas of the Maharik, it's brought down that today we don't really have a Talmid Chacham. He speaks about people that go around and they act like Talmid Chacham, and therefore they feel that they deserve the schusim of Talmid Chacham. And there in length he goes to say that today we don't really have a Talmid Chacham. We talk about the time of the Rishonim, because people don't really know Torah the way they used to know it. The Gemara says that Talmid Chochom knows even Maseches Kala. Says people today don't know that much. They aim them beyodam lo yilechem v'lo yisimlo beisam reikom mikol toiv. He discusses people that go and do knossos on their own because Talmid Chachom can do a din on their own. He says that we don't have something today. And he brings a few rayas, and one of the rayas is the taste over here, that even a Ravino the Amoiro did not want to treat himself as Talmid Chacham. So koshken onu dardike. Of course, us, we're very small people. We cannot be machshav ourselves like a Talmid Chacham. And in Shuvas Maharit, he goes on to argue with all the rayas of the Maharit, but he does not discuss our Taisis. This raya he does not mention. Someone will say the reason he doesn't mention it because Taisis brings other answers and other Rishonim bring other answers. So if it's not really a solid proof. And this whole machlekes is quoted in the Shach Nechoy Shemis with Siman Aleph Sif Koton Yutes. And in the Tshuva Sefer Shvus Yankov Chelak Aleph Siman Kuf Mim Dalet, they discuss this thing as well. And he goes on to bring different rayas from Shas. He wants to say maybe there's a difference between a Talmid Chacham and a Tzurah Midarabanan. Talmid Chacham means a real Talmid Chacham, someone who knows Torah well. That maybe we don't have today. But Tzurah Midarabanan means a young person who's learning about Darabanan, meaning a yeshiva bacher. That maybe we do have today. With that, he wants to answer a few places in Shas. Says the Chidah in the Birkei Yosef in Chosh Mishpat Siman Tezvav. He says, look at our Gemara. Our Gemara doesn't say Talmid Chacham. Our Gemara says Tzurah Midarabanan. It says that Tzurah Midarabanan should not take Mashkanta Benachioso. And still, Taisus says that Ravina did not want to act this way. So you see that there's no difference between Talmid Chochom and Tzurah D'Rabbanan. And many other of the Achronim bring this raya to show that this chiluk of the Shus Yaakov doesn't stand because our Gemara is the source, one of the sources, based on Taisus, to say that we don't act like a Talmid Chochom, like a Tzurah D'Rabbanan. Now the big chiddush over here is that here we're talking about even the Kula. Because Ravina was willing to take this payment called Mashkanta Benachioso and not act like a Tzurah D'Rabbanan in order for him not to be acting this way. So even though he gained through this, it's still fine. The Chidah in his Tshuva Sefer, Chaim Shal, in the first Siman Aleph, someone asks him that we know we have a din, there's a special inyan to wear tefillin de'Rabbeinu Tam. But the Shulchan Aruch says that only someone who is a chassid and he's special, he can wear tefillin de'Rabbeinu Tam. So the Shoel is asking the Chidah, says this person, everybody knows, everybody knows in the city that he's a kadosh and he's a chashuv, and he's known to be a Talmid Chacham. But he says, I don't want to act this way. I don't want to take an hanaga of Talmid Chochom, even though people know me this way? Is it okay not to wear tefillin benutam? So says the Chidah, you see a riot from our Gemara. The Tosfos tells us the Ravina was willing to take mashkata benachiyos, so not act like a Talmid Chochom, even though Ravina was known already as a moira as Talmid Chochom. So you see, the fact that people know in that way doesn't mean he has to act this way. And a person could say, I'm not taking any noitel Hashem. I'm not taking the name, I'm not taking the chashivas of a Talmid Chochom, and that's not my inhago and hago of Talmid Chochom. And therefore, a person doesn't have to wear tefillin benutam, even if he's known to others as a kaddish. This is just a little bit, a tidbit of this big sugya brought down in the poskim in many different aspects. Anyone who wants to join the Shomachshava email list to what's a group, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.